So, I'm assuming that it would not be smart for me to be on YouTube Live unless I'm at my best, right? My A game. I'm not sick. I'm feeling well. My head's together. And I don't have sharp pains in my throat. But you know what? I don't feel well. And I just feel like looking at myself on this phone because I used up all of my video time on this regular device. And yeah, nobody cares. I'm not ashamed of me. You know, if you can do better, then do better. Do what you want when you feel. I've had enough of following those that don't even look back at who's following. But what makes it even more crazy is that, I'm walking alone now. And I'm getting bumped and pushed and pulled and different signs put up. The streets then got turned around. Okay, I hope that wasn't. Anyways, so I'm walking on my own path, and there's all of these foreign objects and interesting individuals who I stop and talk to along the way. Because after all, it's the reason why I'm taking this path. It's for myself, you know. But at the same time, knowing that I'm taking this path for myselves, plural, means that I'm not the only one on it. Had I, you know, shot for something that was narrow, only I could fit up in there, it doesn't involve anyone else. It would be a lot easier. What am I talking about? Because my hypothetical explanation is wide open for the listener, viewer to determine that they don't know what I'm talking about. And I've noticed that a lot nowadays. It's like we don't speak directly about certain topics. And it is ridiculous because there's so much energy behind certain topics. For instance, GOLD, gold, ding. You know what I mean? The four letters. Wait. Yeah, the four letters. Does anybody care that that's me? I don't like having to live, not even in the shadow of the world. Um, Being alone with who I am, or being alone with what my heritage is, what my nationality is, what my bloodline is, stems from. And it's only that I'm alone because I'm not allowed to be what I really am in any area. My entire life has been taken from, I'm not going to say from whom. Let's just say that everything I am connected to, everything that is supposed to be part of my world, that I'm supposed to have access to, enjoy, live from, create, produce, reconstruct, whatever, is relabeled as someone else's. I'm nowhere near it, not entitled to it, not informed by it, with it. Uh, it's crazy. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Everything. There's not one thing on the outside of me that is totally free for me to just go and get. I mean, it is, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? Because there are the ones that are on my narrow road, which is already cramped, with my history on it, my livings, my breathing, my heartbeats, my thoughts, my dreams, my actions, my everything. I have people already set up on my road. Already. On an entire world. Hello. I love you. Now scoot aside so I can walk on my road. You're in my way. Yeah. How would ones allow even one single being to have to spend a life constricted, restricted, completely submerged in nothing but a tiny space that's only big enough to move with just blinking your eye? Like your eyelash can't even get past nothing. It's just no move room. You are in a box that's the size of your body, and that's all you can get. The rest is like you get pushed and prodded by everybody around you, and you have to go with the system. You have to let the system machine move you around. You can't do it freely. I'm so tired. I'm tired. I'm in pain. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, not so well. I could say that, but no. I'm quite full in that area. But there's always room for more. To an extent. Um, See, I'm having all these crazy reactions for my own sayings, which I'm not sure if it needs to be explained. When something traumatic happens in one's world, one's life, and it's unexpected, and you are in need of support, the support that caters to the catastrophe, the situation at hand, the way one sees it for themselves. You know, the emotional connection behind that, the emotional drowning, painful agony that one has to go through would need to have access to a place or to a group or to someone who totally gets and understands what they went through. Only because this world has existed for a long time and all of this technology, we are so far advanced in everything as far as everything. So, when it comes to the simplicities of life that tend to be written off as crazy, too good to be true, UFO, alien, oh my gosh, abduction. It's really sad that there's nowhere for ones like that to go. They're forced to just suffer or to just bite the bullet, swallow it, and go on with their life, even though all of their teeth got knocked out and they're bleeding from their mouth. And instead of them receiving a new set of teeth from the bullet flying from the machine set up by the computer system from a mind that we don't know, that one is told by a professional that it's from them taking some drugs. It's their out of control emotional disturbances that need to be addressed instead of the bullet bursting all their teeth out. So, let me rephrase that. Basically, all the teeth from your mouth are gone. You're bleeding. But you're told by the professional that it's a mental issue. That's all you get addressed for is the mental issue instead of the physical issue. Even though he explained it, exactly what happened. For one to have to live their life like that, knowing that there is nowhere for them to go. Where has America come to? What are we doing? What are we doing? It's not getting better. The emotional part of it that everyone is having to deal with is really on the breaking point, the breaking line. We can't take this no more. Let me tell you why. Because we have a system. I'm talking about government. I am talking about banks. I am talking about hospitals. I'm talking about schools, education, jobs. Everything is the same since 100 years ago. It hasn't changed. But technology-wise, as far as how much information we can consume now so freely, so quickly like that, it's like, okay, we have the answers. We're moving ahead mentally really fast. But there's a system that's collaborated together that has not moved since it was spread, used, and stuck into place and locked. There's no advancing for that. See, what happens with something that controls or that services an entire population of living ones, being that we're smart individuals who have feelings, not robots, not computer systems, not things that don't feel and do not care for themselves, and vice versa. We were supposed to be smart enough to make it easier for everyone who had to go through that system to get the resource or the source that is needed. But instead of doing that, the systems have been created to be more complicated. Even though it's the same system, the same source, the same resource for years, we really have the nerve to put more regulations, more laws, more things that didn't make sense on the same old dusty, rusty. We've seen this a million times. There's nothing grand about it. It's the same thing. We switched all that up to get access to it. Now it's like we're having to join the Olympics and do a year workout for something that you could just walk into an office and go pick up just by showing your face. Why? It's a mess. It's a mess. And honestly, I don't think that there's like a main central place, a middle ground to go to that's connected to all of it. Because every area is the same old stuff, but the emotional backfire that has spread quickly through the adults down to the babies is something that was not supposed to happen. Our children are grown now. They are dealing with grown emotions. They are stressed out. They don't like it, and they all know something is wrong, but they cannot do anything about it. Because guess what? You are forced to deal with the same old, undeveloped, emotional level type of system, structure, business workings. We haven't had time to take a break and say, okay, we are going to stop school for a year, for 10 years. We're just going to stop it. We don't take breaks. We do not relax. We do not enjoy being human. We come into this world just to work, just to slave our lives away. Now we're dealing with more emotional heaviness, emotional sickness, going without the materials, and it's tacky, it's raggedy, it's horrible. And new ones that step into the office and take that place can't necessarily go in there and just switch it up the way they want to, because they have workers underneath them that have to follow strict guidelines. And it would go against the grain. And besides, one doesn't hold that power because the ones who have that position have an immediate headship, a headquarters that they have to answer to. And it's shown through the people that they service and through the workers and through the paperwork and through everything that's turned in. Like, that has to be the same. For what reason, I don't know, because we're not the same. We're not there anymore. We could do it ourselves. We don't want nobody else doing it for us. But no, we continue on with the same jobs. You know, the same great jobs, but they're running low on everything, I guess. Or the laws or the regulations or the ways of getting it or the qualifications for it have turned into pretty much God status. You have to be God to get a basic life. Basic life. So that right there is just telling you how bad it is. Those who got through the doors, that have it easy, that know most of the tricks of the trade, it's cool. They're like, hey, I got in. I wish I could change it, but hey, I gotta do what I gotta do for mines, and I'm sorry, but I can't fix it all. Like, you're only one individual. You can only focus on one sector, and then it's like you can't just go reaching out to whoever you want to in these areas because they're not on your. They don't rock with that. Because, like I said, it's messy in every area. And what do? We're going to put the blame, and we already do. We already put the blame and the energy on the ones who are running it, who are in charge of it now, because they take on that same old energy that shouldn't have happened, but it did. But now they carry that. And this has continued on for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. And now we're super smart. Hey, we got new music, we got new clothes, we got like hairstyles. Like we are the fabulous generation. We are just popping. But now it's to the point to where it's just popped. Because it's like, okay, we finally pulled, all of us as a whole, pulled ourselves out of the slump of whatever we fell into, created some stuff, brought life to it again, but the system never changed. And you can tell which side it was easier on and which side it's harder for, and it has been hard ever since the destruction of the biggest secret ever. I'm not going to go there, though. But all I know is all messed up. And guess who gets the backlash of it all? I'm just sitting here like, But I could just walk up in there and be like, okay, well, this is not my job. This is actually my caretaker, I should say. I'm supposed to have access to this. I don't have to break down the reasons why. But it's like knowing that I am in a group that goes through unexplained activities that are very, very crazy. And if you connect all the stories together, we're very smart, intelligent individuals. We had to be. Because we were not dealing with we're crazy. We don't take that as okay, being what we are. We don't like being portrayed as an idiot. Who does? We don't like holding on to our emotions either. We don't like being pissed off, but having to stay calm. Knowing that we ain't supposed to be listening to nobody who is not in that position. Not forced to go through it for free and lose so much and gain so much heaviness. And then not have any access to any of the systems freely. And 99.9% of the time don't even qualify for anything.